Three amigos met back in the day, Rodriguez and Paco in Jose. Three different people from three different places, all going through life at their own paces. Wound up at this place by something called fate, this relationship started out with hate. The three played in a mariachi band, although each other they could not stand. After a while, a friendship had been born, the loss of a close friend, together they would mourn. This created an unbreakable bond, which pushed their band further and beyond. At one of their shows, a briefcase was left. They decided to return it, not be accused of theft. On a long journey to Aspen they went, weeks away from home the three spent.
One night I was hanging out with my friends. I did something stupid that almost made his life end. I went to sleep that night so soft and sound, and I heard a bang when no one was around. Being so scared that I could not sleep, I grabbed a gun when I heard another peep. They told me this story about a killer. He once lived here, and his name was Miller. When I heard the door open, I pulled back the hammer. I knew that if I shot him, I would not have glamour. I would have just shot and killed someone, something that I felt should not have been done. When that person walked through the doorway, I saw him throw up his hands and yell, "Hey!" When the light came on, I saw my best friend Jim, and I think that I almost shot him. When you're scared, don't think the worst, because your best friend is just one of the things.
Once upon a time in a lonely town, I was chased around by an evil clown. The town I was in was very weird. The clown that chased me had a wacky beard. No, this clown had no good intentions. In fact, did I forget to mention, this clown was planned to be on death row. He was known for murder with a bow. To continue with my short story, beware, this could get a bit gory. As I ran from the murderous felon, I turned and hit him with a watermelon. I dragged him to the top of my house. Before I threw him off, I played with a mouse. I then threw him off, and he hit the ground. His bloody body parts could not be found.
I jumped the border and ran very fast. The security guards laughed as I ran past. America was my destination, ready to enjoy life in a new nation. American women are better looking, but they suck at one thing, and that's cooking. I have a girlfriend in the US of A. My wife wouldn't think that that is okay. My family hasn't made it here yet. They will love all of the friends that I have met.
One lonely day I was playing ping pong. During my game, I heard the doorbell, ding dong. I was sure it was my neighbor Neville. To my surprise, it was the devious devil. He explained to me why he was there. He was to play ping pong. He swore to be fair. Yet he had one condition, and here it is, that if I was to lose, my soul was his. I agreed quickly with my chest up high, but my pride could have brought the end nigh. I was one of the greatest ping pong players, yet ping pong skills was one of the devil's many layers. After 3 days of endless ping pong play, yours truly began to see the light of day. I had beaten the devil, yes indeed, and the devil himself had to beg and plead. I told him to leave and never return. He then hurled fire at me that does burn. I pulled out a Glock and began to fire. The devil rolled out when his feet turned to tires. He was moving so fast no one could catch him, but I was content as the sun began.
When I was little, my dad crossed the border. He did it right this time, with order. I knew my dad, but he left when I was 10. He would send us money every now and then. He was my role model, even when he was not there. Sometimes it would seem to me like it was unfair. I grew up without a friend or a dad, something I really wish I would have had. One day I decided to hop the border, not worrying about the cops or their orders. I knew about where he would be, because when he sent the money, his address I would see. I walked around for days looking for his face, so many people in and around this strange new place, that I thought I would never find my father. I decided that I would not bother. When all hope seemed to be lost, I saw a strange man. I knew who he was when he stretched out his hand. He said that I never give up hope, and that is always better than saying no.
One night, me and my buddies went rolling, but first we made sure no cops were patrolling. We parked the car and ran towards the house. We were being as quiet as a mouse. Next thing we knew, the front porch lights turned on. In a matter of seconds, we were gone. My buddy claimed he heard sirens from afar. We were speeding down the street in my car. Not getting caught was our only goal. That was ruined when I slammed into a pole. I tore the car up pretty darn bad. I knew my padre was going to be mad. We were so glad to finally be home. I was mad that the crash messed up my chrome. We had the longest night of our lives. My buddies were in trouble with their wives.
Jose, it is clear that you did win. We will buy you a taco, but we will not go in.
Thank you.